Hello, Oilers fans. Austin here, and welcome to today's pregame report between the Edmonton Oilers and the Vancouver Canucks. This is the first official NHL action between the Oilers and Canucks since the Oilers defeated Vancouver in Game 7 back in May during the Stanley Cup Playoffs. Now, before I get into the pregame report, I just want to acknowledge that today is National Day for Truth and Reconciliation here in Canada. This day honors children who never returned home and survivors of residential schools, as well as their families and communities who have been affected by this for several generations. I did want to acknowledge that because I think it's important today to remember and think about that and, just acknowledge Canadian history here, that, it's not always sun and roses, and it's a good day to, self-reflect. So I just wanted to mention that, and we'll get into the pregame report right now. So I did want to mention a few camp cuts for the Oilers. Yesterday, they cut Sam O'Reilly, Seth Griffith, Cam Dineen, Connor Carrick, and Matt Savoy. Now, O'Reilly, he had a terrific camp, really excited about his future as an 18-year-old. The fact that he played as well as he did against some pretty stiff competition, too. He really did make a name for himself. He really did show that he is that, two-way star that the Oilers drafted, or at least believe that they drafted, and traded for in the first round at the NHL draft this past season. Seth Griffith, he'll go down to the AHL. Cam Dineen, he'll go down to the AHL. Connor Carrick, and then, of course, Matt Savoy, who I thought had a pretty good camp too. But there's very few spots on this roster to make the team. Matt Savoy will be up sooner rather than later. He has all the skill in the world. I have no doubt that he will be back. Now, notable remaining prospects here: Noah Philp, Raphael Lavoie, Philip Kemp, Lane Peterson, and James Hamblin. They are all still at camp right now, and out of those 5 players, I think only one is going to end up making this team. And so far, I think the player that has the edge over everyone is Noah Philp, just based on where they're utilizing him in the lineup, giving him penalty kill time, giving him tough matchups at 5-on-5, and for the most part, he really has held his own. Now, I put out a tweet the other day mentioning that he's been kind of cratered at 5-on-5 the last couple games. I had some fans tell me, hey, it's preseason, maybe we shouldn't look too much at the advanced stats during preseason when we're evaluating, because line mates change. The competition that you're facing is a lot different compared to the NHL season and that sort of thing. Listen, I understand the arguments. At the same time, you got to show that you're able to hang with the big boys and play with line mates who might be, of lesser caliber than yourself, and, show that you're driving play. Now, I will acknowledge Noah Philp has been the one pretty much driving play on his line. He has looked good. He has been fast. He has a lot of skill. He scored that beautiful goal against Seattle. Unbelievable goal. So that's really good to see. Really happy with Noah Philp's play. And if he makes the team, I will not be surprised. And what a story that would be for a player that took a full year off of hockey because of, mental health reasons. And I'm so happy that he came back. He's in a much better state, and he's really proving a lot of people wrong here. And I think he's turning a lot of heads in the Oilers organization. So that is super, super good to see. Raphael Lavoie, he has a couple goals in the preseason here, and I would not be surprised if he's someone that also stuck around. I do think that he has a bit of an outside chance to make this team, because the Oilers, if he were to make the team, it's in the bottom 6, and the bottom 6 is already so tight, and there's very little room to make this roster right now. But I would love it if Raphael Lavoie made the team. His speed and skating has always been kind of an issue for a lot of, scouts and fans, but he hasn't looked out of place at all, at least to me. He gets into scoring areas, and he's a volume shooter, which I think that bottom 6 is going to need, considering how old and slow they are. Philip Kemp on D, again, another player that has an outside chance of making this team. I think it is notable that he is still out there right now. I think a lot of the defense that remain are still there because there are some players that are not yet in the lineup or ready to go, like Darnell Nurse, so they're keeping them around just to continue to get reps. Lane Peterson, I think, will be the next round of cuts, or will be part of the next round of cuts, unless he has an absolute baller game tonight for the Oilers. I don't even know if he'll be in the lineup as of this recording. Lineups have not been confirmed. And then, of course, James Hamblin. He's only played a couple preseason games here, and I really like James Hamblin's game. The 2 preseason games that he played, I thought he was one of the best Oilers forwards, period. So, for James Hamblin and Noah Philp, I think they're battling for that 4th line center position, and we'll see who comes out on top. Now, notable remaining remaining vets, a combination of players under contract and pro tryouts. You have Drake Kachula, who's still around. Mike Hoffman, who I think has shown really well. I think he had his best game of the preseason the other night with a couple of assists. You have Vasily Podkolzin, who has also remained. He's looked pretty good too with his physicality, his speed. That would be an injection of adrenaline to the bottom six if he were to remain and make the team. Ben Gleason on defense, who again has had another good training camp just like he did last year, and Travis Dermott also remains. Now, this is not just the total remaining players in camp right now. These are the main players who I think are fighting for a roster spot, who have the best chance at fighting for a roster spot. And out of the 10 players listed here, there might be 3 spots for them out of the 10. So it's going to be very interesting. There's a lot of tough decisions for the Oilers coaching staff before this game or after this game tonight. Now, projected lineup, this is completely unconfirmed. These are just kind of the lines that I put together because in terms of importance, trying to get looks at a few players for potentially their final reps before the season. But you also need to start building chemistry for your NHL squad. You need to start building chemistry for players who are going to be playing together likely through most of the season. So Nuge, McDavid, Hyman, if they are in the lineup, they are going to be together. Skinner, Draisaitl, Arvidsson, I don't think we've seen that line together yet, actually, in preseason. There's only 3 preseason games left. You got to get these guys going, try and build some chemistry. I think those 3 for sure at minimum are in the lineup and will be playing together tonight. Third line, I put Hoffman, Peterson, and Lavoie. Again, 3 players that are vying for a roster spot. Podkolzin, Philp, and Ryan. Again, more players that are trying to get a roster spot here. However, don't be surprised if James Hamblin, Adam Henrique, or Connor Brown also get into the lineup. We have not seen a lot of Adam Henrique or Connor Brown in preseason so far. So, in terms of just getting players reps, getting players ready to go for the regular season tune-up here, this could be a very NHL-heavy lineup for Edmonton with a good mix of young players still trying to make the team. So I'll be curious to see what the final lineup actually looks like. Once I know what the final lineup looks like, I will post it in the comments section. On defense, I'm projecting Ekholm with Bouchard, like always. Kulak with Emberson, because I don't think Nurse is ready to go. Gleason and Kemp, and then Stetcher and Josh Brown. In net, we have Skinner and Calvin Pickard. I think Stuart Skinner likely gets the start tonight just to try and get him ready to go for the regular season. I'm not sure if Calvin Pickard will be the backup. He did leave that game the other night with an injury. However, I think he is fine and will be fine moving forward. So that's good news if you're the Edmonton Oilers. That is pretty much it for me and my pregame report. What do you think is going to happen tonight? Who do you think is going to make the team? What do you think of the recent cuts to the roster? Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section below. And a friendly reminder, please join the Austin Hockey Pool. I have a link to that in the description of this video. When you click that link, you just create your team name and then you pick players from 24 boxes, 1 player per box, and that's it. You are entered to win the Austin Hockey Pool at the end of the season. First place is an authentic pro jersey of your choice. Can be from any team, any player that you'd like. Second place, $250 cash. Third place, $100 cash. Also, first place, if you don't want the jersey, I'll just do a cash prize, which is about $600 is what the jersey is worth. So, thanks for watching. Truly appreciate it, Oil Country. I'm excited to watch the game. I'm excited that this game is actually on Sportsnet and we get a televised preseason game. It's nice not having to watch the game from the Oilers scoreboard on Oilers Plus. So, it's going to be fun. I'm excited. Thanks for watching. Tell someone that you love them. Super important. And like always, fight like a kid. Fight like Ben. We'll see you in the post game. Take care.